we're also very excited. So I'm just gonna show your presentation and go ahead. The stage is yours.
Great, thank you very much. Welcome everyone. We got Alana in the house. I'm going to look at the chat here. Normally we'll take questions at the end, but of course I like to take questions during. So interact. I'm gonna go through this a bit quickly because I want to make sure that we get through the entire presentation and I can get to questions that you may have about some of the things I'm going to cover today. And then give you guys an opportunity to connect with me and my organization moving forward, small business. So today we're going to talk about using video marketing automation to generate, nurture, and qualify leads through video. And there are quite a few tools that you can use that we'll review at the end of this presentation that can help you do that, including, of course, the Big View platform, which I absolutely love, and it's a new tool that I am currently using, and I plan on using it quite a bit because I like a lot of the aspects, especially the call to action sections that really allows me to be very specific on a specific thing that I want the audience to do after watching one of our videos. So let me get started here. And again, like I said, we'll keep the chat open. I'll watch it and definitely ask your questions. I may use some jargon and terms that you may or may not know. Definitely be like, hey, Jimmy, what is that? And we'll get it cracking. So as Philip said, my name is Jimmy Newson. I'm the founder of Jimmy Newson Consulting. I'm also the founder of Moving Forward Small Business, which is my new venture that we're working on to save 1 million businesses from failure, leveraging technology, innovation, and business strategy. When you have those three things, you have an opportunity to really exponentially grow your business. So you can find out a little bit more about me. You can, my email is here. We're going to share that at the end. You can Google my name, Jimmy Newson, as an SEO guy myself. I own the top 5 pages of my name. So, I take this stuff very seriously because if you're not online and you're not doing things online to grow your brand, you're really invisible. Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, I'm all over the place. Okay. So let's look at what we're going to be talking about today. What's on the plate today? We're going to talk about what is marketing automation, setting goals, generating new leads from video, using video to nurture leads, identifying the right content to send to these leads, qualifying existing leads with video data, and other useful integrations. And I don't have to tell you, but the rabbit hole can be pretty deep. So it's easy. It's best to try to figure out what are my needs before I determine what tools I want to use to make all this stuff happen. Because, you want to make sure that there's some integration aspects with a number of different tools. So you're not doing double data entry or you're not letting things fall through the crack. Okay. So let's start with what is marketing automation. It's been around for years. And video has been around for even longer, but we're talking about putting the two together. So video marketing automation is a 2-step process, marketing automation and video. So what comes first, the video or the automation? It depends. How does each part assist each other, and how do I set this up? So we're going to really talk about, all the elements and the tools that need to go into the structure here, because what we're trying to build is a foundation, leveraging strategy. Okay. So marketing automation, also known as lead nurturing, is one of the fastest growing areas of digital marketing. It's an important channel to optimize to help you grow your business. What I see a lot when it comes to people using video is they use it, but they're not looking at it from the context of the entire strategy, the entire marketing strategy, the entire business strategy that you have to keep in mind when you're going, all right, I'm going to do a video. Well, what's the purpose of the video? The video should have one single purpose and one single call to action if you want to have the most effective outcome on behalf of those that are watching your video. So the more clear you are about what it is, who it's for, why it's for them, and what they should do next. Now you're giving them a clear path, and that video can be served at different positions in what we call the customer buyer's journey. At the top of the funnel, in the middle of the funnel, and at the bottom of the funnel. And based on those funnel positions, really helps you determine what content, as far as video, should I be placing in these different areas to push your prospect into your funnel and then push your lead into a situation where they can leverage you as the person that they want to make the sale with. So companies that excel in lead nurture, companies that excel at lead nurture generation generate 50% more sales. So if you can excel in doing this, you're definitely going to increase the amount of clients, the amount of sales, the amount of revenue that you're generating. And it's at a 33% lower cost. So what does that mean? That means that, it takes a lot to get someone to initially take that first step. But once they've taken that first step, they've raised their hand and said, I'm interested. So now the rest of it is really just in the follow-up. And the follow-up needs to be automated. And now you can also leverage video in that automation, whether it's emails or phone calls or content that you're sending out to them on a regular basis. Integrate video into that, because some people prefer to watch videos. I know I'm 50-50. I like to watch videos. Sometimes I like to read. When I'm in a rush or I don't have time or it's a complicated topic or subject, sometimes I prefer the video because it just cuts to the chase of what I really want to do. And I don't feel like I'm working because I'm not reading it. Okay. So what things you want to do is you want to keep it simple. As you're getting started, if you're not using video automation, keep it simple. And this could be a simple 1, 2, 3 email sequence that has video in it. Examine your marketing goals. What are you trying to achieve? And this could be monthly, this could be quarterly, this could be yearly. And then you back into the content that needs to be created once you know what are your goals, whether it's to push a product, whether it's to push a service, whether it's to highlight a new product, and then you're going to decide which video fits into your marketing automation strategy. And I'm going to give you some great ideas of how to determine what those videos are and what the format and structure should look like. Okay, so here's some common goals when it comes to leveraging video in your email, in your overall marketing strategy. You're either looking for lead generation, you're looking for lead nurturing, or you're looking for lead scoring. So what's the difference? Lead generation is you're trying to generate leads, so you're putting things out there to get people to take action, join your list, sign up for a free trial, Bigview, I think, has a trial, so anything that can get them to initially take that next step. And typically it includes some level of collecting their email. So you've collected their email. Now you can start the next phase, which is the lead nurturing. Now you're going to start sending them things specifically. And I know a lot of you may know this part here, but like I said, we're going to dive a little bit deeper. I just want to build the foundation. But the thing that a lot of people don't do is they don't score them. And hello, Sheila, how are you? They don't score those leads. And the more you can score those leads, the more you can focus on the leads that are more ready to buy versus those that are just window shopping. So this is just adds another layer to make it easier for you if you're the CEO and the salesperson and the marketing person or your team to know when should I start to interact with them, because at some point you're going to move away from automation depending on where they are in this whole process that you set up. And you might want to eventually get on the phone with them and actually have a phone call or send out a personal email directly from you and take them out of the sequence. So this is where the lead scoring really comes in to allow you to now, give them that extra personal attention that may be the final step to push them over the edge to the side that you want them on, which is the side of being a customer or a client. So lead generation, lead nurturing, or lead scoring. And based on these, there are specific and different types of videos that you can do and use to help make this process simple and make this process effective. Okay. So let's look at some different things that you might be looking at. So are you desperate to generate more leads? Then you might want to start using video for lead generation. Trying to organize and personalize how you follow up with the leads. Using video in your lead nurturing emails would do the trick. So, and you can't put a video in an actual email. What you would typically do is have that video on some type of page, a landing page. I like to put my videos on landing pages because then I can control the rest of the content on the page versus sending them to YouTube or sending them to another platform. What I do like about the Big View platform is they give you a chance to build a landing page specifically for a video and then add those buttons so you can send that traffic specifically somewhere based on whatever it is you're talking about in that video. And if you're drowning in leads that are not converting to sales, well, that's where you're going to have a situation where you need to start scoring all of these leads so you can figure out which ones are hot, which ones are warm, and which ones are cold. So these are reasons why you're going to set the goals and what you should do once you set those goals. Okay. So generating new leads from video. There are many ways to connect with new sales from your website. So like I said, so we can tie this into your website. You can use landing pages. I use both. I use my website and I also use dedicated landing pages. I use Big View landing pages. I also use ClickFunnels landing pages. Some of my clients will use landing pages based on other platforms such as MailChimp or Constant Contact or even ActiveCampaign. Traditionally, this involves convincing a visitor to fill out a form like a contact us form, demo request, brochure. I typically, when I use a video on a landing page, I'm very specific to just why they were there in the first place. I don't talk about my purpose, my mission, a million different products. I talk specifically why they're there in the video. So if I drove them there for an ebook, I only discuss the ebook, and I usually keep that video no longer than 45 seconds because I just want to go, hey guys, thanks a lot for showing up. Right now, you know, you're trying to solve this problem. This ebook will help you solve the problem. Here's a few reasons how the ebook can solve it. Bam, bam, bam. Get that email in right now and let me get that book to you. Bam. They do that. If they stay focused and they opt in, now I can talk to them more about more services, more ideas, more concepts, because I've got their attention and I've also got the coveted email. Okay. So here is, certain platforms, like I said before, will allow you to do lead gen different ways. So this was from Wistia, and they did a little survey across 250,000 accounts, and they found that videos that, so they can put forms in videos, and videos that have the form converted 16%. That means for every 100 video plays, they were generating 16 new leads. And the closer up front, if you can put a call to action that you can actually integrate with closer to the beginning, you have a better opportunity. I mean, you have a better conversion rate when you're able to do that. So like I said, I'll use Wistia for one thing. I'll use Big View for another thing, because everything has a purpose. Everything has a place. Okay. If you guys have any questions while I'm going through this, feel free to pop it in the chat. Okay. So 43%, let's go back here. So let's read that last statement. Wistia took a closer look and noticed that videos with a form within the first 20% of the video received 43% more conversion rates. And so, like I said, so we're using a combination of tools here. And when you're able to add a call to action within the video itself, your conversion rates can be pretty high because they're very active at the beginning of the video, and some of them may drop off by the end. Okay. So nurturing leads with video. Before you can send the right video to the right lead at the right time, you need to understand where your leads are in the buying process, and what questions or obstacles they're thinking about. And so this is where you start to leverage other tools that we'll talk about. Like I use a tool called SEM Rush to really understand what is being searched in regards to the topics that I want to talk about. So there's nothing worse than building a beautiful castle in the middle of the desert if no one's looking for that castle. So what I'm more interested in doing is understanding what are people searching for that are related to the topics I want to talk about, and also related to the products that I'd like to sell to them because of those topics. And then from there, I can create great content that's engaging, but that's already meeting the potential buyer, the potential prospect, the potential lead where they already are in their mind and in the process of where they are, maybe in their business, in their life, personal or professional. Okay. So when we talk about generating new leads from video, all leads in your email database are at different stages. And so this is where we got to understand where are they in the buyer's journey, and how are we scoring them. Someone who downloads a free educational guide probably isn't interested in seeing your demo video yet. They're still evaluating, they're still in study process, and you get an opportunity to have that journey with them until they're ready to buy. A lead who downloads your company brochure is probably thinking a little bit more about your product as part of the short list. So they've kind of identified what their problem is, and now they're downloading your brochure because they're going, okay, let me see if this company has something to offer me. So how should you organize and prioritize these leads so you can show them the right content? That's where you need to understand, what is the buyer's journey for a particular product or service that you're offering, and what steps do they take, and what's the information that they seek when they're seeking it out. Okay, so let's look at the buyer's journey. So there's 3 stages to the journey. There's the awareness stage, there's the consideration stage, and then there's the decision stage. So you need content, you need video content for every single one of these stages. You need content at awareness stage, stands for the top of the funnel. Consideration stage stands for the middle of the funnel. Decision stage stands for the bottom of the funnel. So let's take a look at the awareness stage. So the awareness stage leads realize they have a problem and they want to solve it. Okay, so this is the biggest pool that you have, and where you want to be focused on is not your company name, what you sell, but what are the problems or the goals that your prospects are trying to achieve, because that's what they're searching for. So if you sell shoes, let's use shoes. So if you sell shoes, they may be looking for, something to make them look better. They're looking for, comfortable shoes. They're looking for, and so you want to provide them with tools, with ebooks or guides or workshops, worksheets on how to solve a problem. At the end of that is where you introduce your possible solution. So it's driven by their need. And at the end of the need, they discover that you might be a potential that could help them solve that problem. So that's where, and shoes may not have been a great example. Maybe you're a coach, maybe you're a health coach, so let's use that as a better example. As a health coach, you are a health coach, but they don't know they're looking for a health coach. Maybe they're looking to lose weight. Maybe they're looking to gain weight. Maybe they're looking to build muscle mass. Maybe they're looking to eat healthier. So they're searching for things like, healthy dinners, and I have a friend who does meal prep. So she can create content around eating healthier. And then at the end is her call to action that says, I'm a health coach, a nutritionist, and I can help you by helping you create meals that are healthy, just like I described in this video, in this blog post. And that's where the awareness stage comes in. So you're creating content at that awareness stage. So what does content look like in the consideration phase? And now this is where we're looking at things like product overviews, company brochures, product comparisons, because before they didn't know that they were looking for a health coach. They just know they wanted to eat healthier. Now that they found your information, they found your video, they found it informative, and you've introduced yourself as someone that they can engage to not only get healthy, but get healthy faster by engaging in you. They can do it on their own, and they could fall off if they need accountability, or they could not follow through because they just don't really get it. Or they can hire you and increase their chance of success. So this is where now you should now have content here that talks now about you as the health coach, as the nutritionist, and give some information on maybe your programming and your products, and even do a comparison, compare it to Weight Watchers, blah, 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 but we do it differently. And this is why, blah, 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 blah. So, and this is what I call, I'm hijacking the word because they call it newsjacking. This is where you can take a bigger competitor and do a comparison with them. And because you're using their name in the title of the video or in the title of the blog post, and you're going a comparison chart between me and Weight Watchers. Well, that could potentially, if people search Weight Watchers and you've optimized this content well enough, this content could show up in search. And now you didn't show up in search based on what you offered. You showed up in search based on them, and they might want to see that comparison video. Now there's another opportunity for exposure for you, your brand, your products, and your services. So this is where that consideration comes in. Now they're going, okay, I get it. This person can possibly solve my problem. They're considering you. Now, the next thing they want to be able to do is you want to move them to the decision stage. And the decision stage is now they've made the short list of the people that they want to engage to solve this problem or achieve this goal. And now you're going to have actual product demos. You're going to have product trials. You might have case studies. You're going to have testimonials. This is where testimonials come in. And video testimonials are very powerful. Now, what I don't want you to do when you do your video testimonial is go, hey, Bob's video testimonial. Bob's video testimonial doesn't tell them anything, and it's not searchable. What you want to do is go, what problem did I solve for Bob? And then and then build the whole concept around the title and the description around the problem that he had and the solution that you gave him and the results that he got. That is searchable because they could search for, how Bob was able to, spend 5 hours a week and immediately changed his whole outlook with health, and I'm just throwing this out, but you can see that's more problem and solution driven in a search, so they can get an idea of what did you do or what is this video about, and is this relevant enough for me to want to watch this video? And if I like it, I can engage more. So that's where the decision comes in, where you're now having product trials. Here's how we prepare our meals for our clients. Talk about the process. Maybe there's a free trial, maybe there's a discount. Get the first 5 meals for this price. And like I said, those case studies, have an interview with someone, or just present the case study, aka the testimonial. And that's where you start to see these videos being placed up in the awareness stage, in the consideration stage, and in the decision stage. And these videos, now that you've created them, now you need to integrate them into your email, into your automation sequence to go, whether it's emails, or whatnot. You want to now build that into a structure so they can get those things automatically, and the system can automatically push them through until they're ready to get to you, or you're ready to get to them. And again, this is where we go back to now the lead scoring. So if we can score that someone watched all 3 videos, let's say in this series, then we want to be able to contact the ones that's watched all 3, not just the ones that's watched 1, because they may not be ready. And if I only have so many hours in the day, I'd rather focus on the ones that have really started to engage with my content. And the only way I'm going to know if that they engage with my content is if my system is set up properly. And you might be able to do it manually when you've got 15, 20, 30 people going through your system. But when you start getting hundreds of people and possibly thousands of people going through your system, you're going to want something set up that's a lot more intricate and can handle scoring and looking at, did someone watch 25% of the video? Did they watch 50% of the video? Did they actually watch the entire thing? Anybody that watched that entire thing was truly engaged in what you had to say, and is a better opportunity for you to chase for a potential client or customer. Okay, so let's talk about identifying the right content. Categories that your leads based on their categorizing your leads based on their stage in the buyer's journey enable you to email them relevant content. And so this is where, if you're using a CRM, in addition to an email marketing platform. So those are 2 different things. The email nurturing platform like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign will just automatically send out emails. Now, you can also trigger emails in those platforms based on what the person may do. But when you're also leveraging a CRM on top of that, a CRM can say, if a person watches this video, or if a person hits this page 3 times, ping me to reach out to them. So all this stuff starts to build this incredible web. But if you start building it from the beginning, you're really going to have a really nice structured way of making things so simple that your entire team just loves it and works on autopilot. So marketing automation takes your email strategies to the next level by delivering the right content to the right person at the right time, based on the actions that they're now taking now that you have their email address and you have certain tracking set up, whether it's through your email platform or through your CRM platform, that's allowing you to get information on what actions are they taking on my website and with my content, which includes, of course, video. Okay, so here's how this thing looks. You generate the lead from the website. They go in, and based on the action that they took, because remember, they can come in from the top of the funnel, they can come in from the middle of the funnel, or they can even come in from the bottom. So based on which page they may have landed on, which video they may have watched, you can score them as cold, medium, warm, or hot. And now from there can trigger things that will start to push them based on where they are, and then start to deliver content to them also based on where they are. So you send those leads to your marketing platform, and then you start to follow up with video, which at this point, at this point is usually within the email format, the email platform that you're using. That is your main source of communication when it comes to this automation, this marketing automation that we're talking about here. Okay. Do we have any questions? I'll pause for a second. I've been rambling for a minute. I want to check the time, make sure that we're good on time. Any questions here as we're going through this? If not, I'm going to keep rocking and rolling. So I'm going to keep going. So here we go. So here's the fun part. How do you include video in this process? So now that I explained the process, let's talk about the videos. Okay. So in the awareness stage, you can use marketing automation to send related educational videos. Notice I said the keyword is educational videos. I didn't say sales videos, product videos, testimonials. At the awareness stage, you want to educate them. And educated, one of my mentors said this. He goes, confused buyers don't buy. If they're confused, they're not going to purchase. So we need to educate them at this stage and give them what they're looking for, answers. From there, we're building trust, we're building authority, we're building the ability that they understand that we know what we're talking about, and we might be able to help them. It's too soon to send the leads, product videos. Like I said, send relevant information and educational content at this stage. Help your leads learn more and keep them connected to your company. So this is where you start. So if they download an ebook, as I said before, you want to start feeding them educational content. And you can keep that content related to some of the topics in that ebook. Because obviously, if they downloaded that book, these are some things that they're interested in. So you already know where you could possibly start the conversation. So you don't want to, you're talking about food, nourishment. You don't want to come in and start talking about lifting weights, because they're going to go, I'm not interested in lifting weights. I'm interested in eating better. So you already know that's where we want to take the conversation. And another thing about content at the top of the funnel, keep it non-branded until the end of the video. I mean, you can still put your bug, meaning your logo at the bottom, but don't talk about yourself. Keep it about them and their problems at the top of the funnel, so they can just focus on, because everybody's tuned in. I like this. A marketer once said, they're tuned on into the radio station WIIFM. What's in it for me? So you at the top of the funnel, keep it all about them. Okay. Consideration funnel, send some company related content. So now you can send some wins. You can send some case, like I said, you can send some information about how you do things. You can send stuff about your culture, the culture of your organization, the culture of your business. You can send some stuff about, how you support the community, because these things are important, especially in the world of what's the word I'm looking for? In the word of not transformation, transparency. That's the word I'm looking for. A lot of the millennials are looking for transparency. So let's be transparent and talk about, what you do and why you do what you do. You can look at they're looking at a variety of potential solutions. Don't be afraid in this video, in your consideration videos, to talk about other ways that they can get to the same goal, because they're not stupid. They know that you're not the only game on the block. So you want to go, hey, if you're looking to get healthy, there's a number of ways you can do it, which includes this, and this, and what we do, which is this. And this is why we think we might be able to help you. So and this is part of that being transparent, to go, we understand that there are other options, but we want to show you and prove to you why we are the best. It's too soon for an in-depth video testimonial, but like I said, you're just keeping it light so they can go, okay, I see where we're going with this. I think, and now you want to make the short list. Send a high-level video overview or a product explainer. So if you have a SaaS product, now you can show how your product as a SaaS company helps solve a problem with some type of explainer video, especially if it's a difficult topic to explain without showing some type of graphic or something like that. And then, of course, now we get to the decision stage. Use video in your marketing automation to push them towards the purchase. So now you might it might be a personal message from you or someone on your team that holds the right position to talk to them directly about the next step and how you and your organization can help them. These leads are likely evaluating a short list of vendors. And like I said, if they're opening your emails and they're engaging in your content, well, you're on that short list. They're ready to buy something, from someone. Hit them up with the sales enablement content and increase the chance that they can choose your products. So sales enablement content. That means now you can be salesy, because they're at the bottom of the funnel. They've done the research. Now you could talk about, look, this is why you should be using us. This is the value of the product. This is what Lisa had to say. Here's the problem Lisa had when she came in, and now she no longer has this problem. Here's the goal that Tom had, and he has achieved that goal, and we were there to help him achieve that goal. There's buy-in. They now care about why you are who you are and what you do, because they've already determined that there's alignment with what they're trying to do and where they're trying to go. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about a few more things that could work in the decision stage. This is the final stage. Video testimonials, product deep dives, free samples, special deals, case studies. So all this stuff is stuff that's going to now officially push them over the edge. And you can do this with content, but video, they say a picture's worth 1,000 words, video's worth 1,000,000. And I know some of you may have heard this before. So you really want to look at, how can I put video in this and make it easier? Like I said, I love videos. How many of you guys love watching video? You could put that in the chat. Just let me know what you think about watching video. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you prefer other forms of media over video? Let me know. Okay. So here we go. Now we're going to get, this is the final stage, and we're going to talk about using video data to qualify existing leads. Let's explore how we qualify the leads and with what content we qualify those leads. Okay. So right now you're looking at a chart here. And so to the right, glad you love it, Digital Dream Web, all the way to your left in the top right is the video name. In the middle at the top is the stage of the journey. And then on the right is the points that we assign based on the video, okay, that they watch. And this is how you start to score people. So let's just do a breakdown of the titles. So you'll notice that the awareness is in the dark blue, the considerations in the gray, and the decision stuff is in the light blue. So let me give you an idea of why. So awareness, again, you notice the titles, how to, scripts and tricks. This is all stuff at the top. So let's say video is your thing. How to improve your lighting, how to film using a GoPro, how to shoot your laptop screens. There's no mention of a brand, and there's no mention of brand names. Okay. It's just that they're problem-based things that people would search. I need to know how to. I need to do this. My back is always itching. What can I do about it? And I said that because I just recently bought this back scratcher that I absolutely positively love. I didn't buy it because I thought it was cute and it looks like a chicken claw. I bought it because I need to scratch my back, and I'm going to break my arm off one day trying to use my hand, and that's probably not going to be good for typing. Okay. So the top part is really about problems. Now we get to the consideration. Now you're seeing things like product page video overview. So now, because at the top, they're trying to find the solution to a problem. In the middle, they've identified the problem. Now they're trying to find the vendor. Okay. So you're looking at product page video overview. What to look for in a video hosting solution. What the heck is bandwidth? Because you've introduced them to these terms through the content you did in the awareness stage. Now they're going, oh, so I got a bandwidth problem? What the hell is bandwidth? Oh, I need hosting because I shouldn't do this without it. Oh, then let me figure out. And if you got video for that next stage, that's consideration. And now you're talking about bandwidth. What are you going to do next? You're going to now you're going to go, and this is for Wistia, you're going to go Wistia's 5-minute product demo. And it might be, how Wistia gives you the best bandwidth and what that means. Now you're going, okay, so I know I need bandwidth. And if I'm learning from them, maybe I should continue the journey. So now in the bottom, you're now seeing the brand name show up in your content and in your videos. Okay. And now if we look over here at the points, we're giving the least amount of points. And I think I made a mistake here, but you're giving the least amount of points to anyone that's doing that's watching the awareness content or reading the awareness content. You're giving more points to the people who end up in consideration. And I realize I got an issue. This should say most at the bottom. And you're giving the most points to anyone that makes it down to the decision content. Now, remember, people are falling in at the awareness stage. Some are following in at the consideration stage, and some are falling in at the decision stage. What does that mean? That means that someone else may have educated them up to that point, and they realized, and they did instead of just following them and just maybe purchase from them, they may have went back to the internet and typed in, product demo for bandwidth, and now you came up for that. And so they've already got educated. They're just now looking for a solution provider. That's why you need content for all 3 stages, because you never know where. Now, if someone watches one of your videos in the decision stage and you scored them the most, well, now you realize that lead is hotter than someone who just watched how to film with a GoPro. That doesn't, when they watch how do I film with a GoPro, they may not be in the mood. They may have bought a GoPro, but they're not interested and doing anything that's related to what you sell. So the pool is bigger, but they're all over the place. We're trying to narrow it down. So as they go through the funnel, of course, people drop off. So that's how we look at scoring. Okay. So now say you have a lot of videos. You want to, so I had a client who came to us a few years ago, and she had, I think, maybe 200 or 300 videos already on YouTube at the time. And so what we had to do was go, look, she goes, hey, can we optimize all these videos and try to, figure out how do we leverage these videos in our overall marketing strategy, because we treated video as a totally separate thing. I said, well, the thing is, we want to look at the data. We want to figure out what videos have been viewed the most, what videos have people completed watching, and of course, a lot of this wasn't in place, but because it was on YouTube, we can still see the basics of this video has been watched 5 times. This video has been watched 500 times. This video has been watched 5,000 times. And then we also want to take into account, well, was this video uploaded yesterday, last week, last year, or 10 years ago? Because that will also tell us, is this data even worth it? Because, it may have been watched 5,000 times, but it hasn't been watched in the last 3 years, so it's no longer relevant. So do we redo the whole video? Do we take the concept and remix it? Is it out of date? Do we need to record a newer version of that video? So there's a lot of things we can look at in regards to figuring out if we already have tons of videos, how are we going to determine what video deserves our attention first, and we can go in and start cleaning it up, updating the titles, because the titles are not SEO optimized, and they're not based on where you think that video sits in the buyer's journey. You want to classify that video. So one thing we did also was we took that same chart that I showed you, and we wrote down all the titles, and we classified that video as an awareness video, or a consideration video, and a decision video. So now we knew, okay, now that we've classified these videos, let's clean up the titles and let's integrate them into our system, and let's make sure that we can score people as they watch these videos moving forward. Okay. So pro tip, if you're more advanced and you're using personas, which everybody on this call should be using personas. If you're not familiar with a persona is a kind of like a semi-fictional character of your ideal customer. On average, you should have one. You can have as many as 5 of these, and they're very specific to the type of person that you think would be a great prospect and customer for your business, because that also will help you determine what content you should be producing and what topics you should be talking about, and how you're going to go about attracting those individuals. So if you do have a persona, you can assign personas to specific videos. And so this is another one that shows where they've assigned points based on even the greater, how much video they watch. So if the platform's able to show that they watch 50% of the video, 25% of the video, if they match a certain persona, you can score them. And this here just gives you a little bit more data on, at the end of the day, what we want to do with video marketing automation is make life easier for us when it comes to going, we only have so much time in the day. Let's not chase people who are not ready to buy. Let's focus on the ones that are ready to buy. And let's have a system in place to push the other ones to that point. So when it's time, we know we're having a conversation that's worth our time, but also, of course, worth the time of the person who is trying to solve the problem, because, of course, they will appreciate that. Think about every time you jump on someone's website and you actually do want to talk to someone, and you go to the chat bot in the corner and they're like, yeah, we'll get back to you in the next 48 hours. You're like fuming because you actually want to talk to someone now. So think about that for your own customers. If you have this ability to be able to answer their questions immediately at the point of they're ready to make a purchase decision, wouldn't you want that to be the conversation you would like to have all the time? I always say the best conversation is when I'm on the phone with a prospect and they're like, hey, I read everything. I get what you do. I need this problem. All I want to know is, does it come in red or blue? And I'm like, that's your decision-making factor at this point. They're like, yes, because everything else we get, we know what it is. And so you just want to be, well, actually it comes in red and blue. So which one would you like? And that's the goal. And a lot of this stuff I'm telling you is if you haven't done this before, it can make your brain hurt a little bit, and it can be intimidating. But at the end of the day, this is the digital age. We're in the age of digital transformation, and those that adapt will survive. Not saying you won't survive, but you will start to get your butt kicked when those that are tech savvy, digital marketing savvy, really start to jump in on here and go, okay, let's get this thing built, because once it's built, I can focus on other things, because this thing is on autopilot. And I say on autopilot because I don't believe in set it and forget it. I believe in set it and go back and check on it depending on what it is. If it's ads, I want to check on it every day or every other day. If it's email nurture sequences, I might look at it once a week. If it's the overall strategy, I might look at it monthly or quarterly. So you have to determine the frequency, but don't just set it and never look at it again, because one tweak could be the difference between a 5% conversion rate and a 45% conversion rate. But if you're not looking at those numbers and you're not looking at the structure and strategy, you could have a winner that's not winning because you're not doing the due diligence to monitor it and make the tweaks as it progresses. Because the chances of you hitting out the park at the beginning is not, it won't happen. And if it does, it was stroke of luck. So, but you want to reduce that luck to be strategy that happens on a regular basis. Okay. Thank you very much, Mama Ruth. Mama Ruth is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. I like that name, Mama Ruth. Okay. So here are some of the tools that I use. And of course, I use a lot more tools than these. But for CRM, I'm a HubSpot guy. ActiveCampaign just launched a CRM, and I use them for email, but I don't use their CRM. And of course, you got Salesforce, but then you got so many more. You've got Keep, which used to be Infusionsoft. You've got Salesforce. So you should definitely be leveraging a CRM, whether you have just a handful of clients or you have a ton of clients. Everybody should be using the CRM because the CRM brings so much value to you, especially as you start to grow. And now you need to turn over day-to-day interaction with clients and potential clients to someone else. There is a paper trail when you're leveraging a CRM. The email marketing, that's self-explanatory. This is how you're getting those messages out. Here's how you're really implementing the communication and the automation. That's where a huge majority of this automation is coming from. And again, you can't put a video. I think I cut myself off. You can't put a video in an email. What you do is you upload it to a landing page or wherever you want to upload it, and you take a screenshot, the most compelling one, and you place the screenshot in your email and you link it to the video. Okay, but put a play button on there so they understand that that's an email. That alone definitely will help increase the interaction in the email when they know they can click on a video and watch it and get more information. Distribution channels, video distribution channel, Big View. I'm using Big View now. I like the fact that I can take a video and immediately turn it into a landing page and then push that landing page out. Because because it has everything that it needs. The video, what the video is about, and a couple of buttons where I can determine to integrate one button or two buttons, based on do I have two things I need them to do, or do I just have one? So Big View, Vimeo, Wistia, YouTube. Some people ask me, what's the difference between using like Vimeo and Wistia and YouTube and Big View? Well, everything has a purpose. So even in this situation, I still keep in mind the buyer's journey, where they are. When it comes to awareness-based content at the top of the funnel, sometimes I prefer to have that on YouTube. Why? Because those videos are optimized for search. That doesn't mean I can't put my product videos on there. Yes, I can definitely do that too. But sometimes I want more data than YouTube is going to give me on the consideration video and the decision video. So I might put that on, Big View or Vimeo or Wistia, because that gives me more data in regards to how long they watched the video, where they dropped off, things that YouTube will never give me in regards to video metrics. So that's why I still will use a combination of them, because every platform has a place and purpose. Okay. Video editing. You can do, some basic video editing in Big View, adding lower thirds in your banner and a call to action. You can do that, of course, leveraging Final Cut Pro. I'm a Final Cut Pro guy, but you got Premiere and you got a ton of free tools that you can use, whether you're on Mac or PC. And then when it comes to research, I call it the digital marketing Swiss Army knife. I use SEMrush. And I do a webinar. I'm going to give you guys a chance to connect with me to join other programs. This here is more of an overview, but I have, hi, Jimmy, my 5%. Again, I can't get you on the panel. Yeah. All right. So I'm looking at something that's going on here. Is everybody seeing my presentation? I just want to make sure. Give me a yes that there's no issues with you seeing my presentation. Anybody, just chat in there. Let me know. And I'm going to keep moving here. So, all right. So these are some of the tools. I'm going to give you access to my presentation Okay, so yeah, Mama Ruth says, yeah, you can see me. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Tal. And of course, Al and Digital and everybody. Great. So let's keep moving. Let's keep rocking. So in wrapping up, the questions you want to ask yourself is marketing automation important to you? You know, are you in a position to start to integrate marketing automation? And at the end of the day, if you're in business and you're operating an online aspect of your business, you should definitely be looking at some level of automation. Now, it doesn't have to be as complicated as I just said. You start simple. And you start simple by determining what are my goals. If my goal is to get 5,000 new clients, well, that's different than getting 5,000 people on my email list. Two different things. One's an easier sell than the other, and they're going to require different tactics. Are you ready to foster a deeper connection? Because this is another problem I see. People go and they build up an email list, and then they never email them. And if you want to totally blow it, build a list and then wait 6 months and then send a sales email to that list. You have to look at how am I going to immediately it's value first. Everything is about value first. You need to start nurturing those leads. You need to look at it from the very beginning. And like I said, I'm not saying it's easy, but over time, you just got to keep moving. You got to keep rocking with this thing. Okay. So here's a prime example. Like I said, I run movingforwardsmallbusiness.com. You guys can go there, movingforwardsmallbusiness.com. You can click on resources. Here are 4 ebooks that I provide for my audience. The ultimate list of marketed research tools. Everything you need to know about local SEO optimization, video marketing secrets for the local business, lead generation secrets. So I'll do videos around these and I'll take a piece out of it and use that and then drive that traffic to the landing page for that video, for that book, so they can opt in. So you need assets on the other end of this email. This is the easy. So these books are meant to be either awareness or consideration, depending on how I position them. And if you're going after a warm audience, then you can position them they're in the consideration stage. So if you guys are interested, you can check those books out. Like I said, we just launched Moving Forward Small Business. We have tons of trainings. We do really deep dives in regards to, like, I'll go into the SEMrush tool and show you how we use it. I'll go into Active Campaign and show you how we set things up. I'll go into certain tools. I'll even do one on Big View and show you how do we actually use the tool. Now that I know what to do, the next question is, well, how do I do it? Okay. And we also have networking, because there's nothing better than having the opportunity to talk to others that are in the same position as you. And then you guys can grow together. You could form partnerships. You can form, they may become your next client. So if you guys are interested, we have a free version. We have a free membership that you can join, and then you'll just get emails about the upcoming events we have. And we cover events in marketing and sales, finance, human resources. So as an organization, we want to be able to supply you with tons of great opportunities to learn, but also to connect with each other. If you are interested in a premium membership, because we have premium memberships which offer you more, you can use the code BigView and get 25% off of any of our premium memberships. So if you're interested, definitely you can reach out to me directly at jimmynewson.com. Philip is providing links in the chat. So definitely I'm accessible. I really want to talk to you. I really want to know what you're doing and how we can help you. I'm excited to be partnered with Big View, and I'm looking forward to doing a lot more really cool stuff with them. But we're here for you. We're here to help answer your questions, and I don't hold anything back. When you get on these calls, I'll show you how I build partnerships. I'll show you how I outreach and all those crazy things. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Did I keep it under an hour? I got 4 minutes. So let's open it up for any questions that anybody may have. Philip, sir, thank you. Philip, you there, buddy? Mama Ruth, I'm
Guys,
glad
can
you think
can
it's
you hear
awesome.
me?
I can
Can
hear
you hear
you.
me?
I can hear you. Yep. I think you might be a little delayed. All right. So does anybody have any questions while I think Philip is a little delayed?
Amazing, Adam. Because I can see. Yeah, we have a little bit delay.
Okay. Well, I look forward to connecting with you guys. Find me on social media. And let's keep the conversation going. All right. I'm not sure. Gotcha. All right. So I'm still waiting for anyone that may have anything to ask. Oh, there we go. Yes. Is there a transcript of today's meeting? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, actually, Big Mama Ruth. I'm sorry, Mama Ruth. But I know this is being recorded, so you can definitely watch this again. But I'll find out. And Kodo, you're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed today's presentation. See if there's anything else. All right. So you guys seem to be a bit shy. You're telling me no one has any questions based on all this stuff I just threw out. There we go. I got a question. I was just made aware of this. Is this video going to be on YouTube? Naomi, yes, it is. It will be on YouTube. So I guess if, and I'm not sure how that's going to work, but I guess Philip can let us know. The stream is recorded and you will be able to watch it. All right. So they're saying the stream is recorded. So I'm assuming at some point it's going to convert itself to being autoplay or something to that effect. Any questions about some of the content? Maybe talking about picking topics, the buyer's journey, and it will be available. Philip says it'll also be available on the same link, so you can literally go back and click the link, and you'll be able to watch this again. So I hope to see some of you guys on some of the other trainings we're doing, and like I said again, feel free to reach out anytime. All right. So Philip or Tal, if at this point, I guess we can shut her down if we don't have any more. I'll come back and check the chat if the chat is open at the end, and I mean in the future, and see if there's anybody chatting on this topic.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can. Hey,
now it's
buddy.
fine. I'm sorry, I had a problem with the browser.
It's all good. That's technology for you. So yeah, like I said, I don't see any questions, but I can hang out here for a little bit if anybody has anything, or if you have any questions for me, Phil.
I mean, it was an amazing presentation. I mean, especially all the things about video. I mean, is a universe. You could do a lot of things.
Yes, definitely, and that's good and bad.
everything has,
but mostly good. Mostly good. The bad is it's blinky, shiny, and you can be distracted, and that's where those goals come in. Because I'm saying no a lot more now than I've ever said no to, and believe me, some of these opportunities are great, but I'm realizing if I don't stay on my goals, I won't see the growth, and I won't see the progress that I'm trying to achieve for our organization and for the individuals that are in our organization, and of course for our audience. So the goals and the business structure and strategy are always the most important thing, regardless of the platforms you're using.
Amazing, Jimmy. Well, I'm just gonna say thank you.
Absolutely.
Keep it up using BigView. We love to see all your videos on BigView. And that's it. Thank you very much for your presentation. And I hope we can see you in the near future for a new presentation.
Absolutely. I look forward to it. And I thank everybody that tuned in today. Thank you for spending your time with us. And I look forward to seeing everyone again soon.
Amazing. Thank you very much, guys. And we're going to end this chat. And the video will be available a few minutes after this stream. So same link. You can go over and watch the video anytime, pause it, anything you want. See you, everyone. And thank you very much. Have a good one, Jimmy.
You got it. Bye-bye.